Hello, welcome. I'm Andreas, your tech-curious web designer. In this tutorial, we will switch a Django project from pip to UV. UV is a new, extremely fast alternative to pip for managing Python dependencies. It becomes especially useful as projects grow larger and dependency management becomes more complex. UV can also speed up your CI/CD workflow and make deployments faster and smoother. But before we get started, if you like this content, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon. This helps me to grow this channel and to reach more aspiring web developers. And if you want to support my work financially, you can subscribe to my Patreon page and get access to exclusive content. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Okay, and now without further ado, let's dive in. A big thank you to all my supporters on Patreon, buymeacoffee.com and on YouTube. And check out my Udemy course on how to create a TikTok clone with Django, htmx and Alpine.js. Link is in the description below. So UV is an extremely fast Python package and project manager written in Rust. The advantages of UV over pip are better dependency management, so UV handles dependencies and sub-dependencies more reliable than pip. This is especially useful when the project grows and conflicts in sub-dependency version can start to appear. Then we have automatic log file management. Every new installed package is stored automatically in a log file, which is the equivalent of the requirements.txt file. This means we do not need to run commands like pip freeze anymore. And thirdly, there's an option to run without a virtual environment. With UV Run, you can run your Python project directly without manually activating a virtual environment. Some disadvantages of UV are that it is not included by default. So unlike pip, UV does not come pre-installed with Python because it is a third-party tool developed by Astral, so it must be installed manually on the machine, and it's using different commands compared to pip. For example, instead of the familiar pip install command, you would use UV add. This may require some time to get used to. But overall, the improvements in dependency management and performance makes UV a strong modern alternative to pip. We have a few options to install UV, and you can find them on this page here. But the easiest one, if you got already Python, is the pip install UV command. So here I'm inside my TikTok clone project, where I'm using many dependencies. We have your requirements.txt file, with all the dependencies and sub-dependencies used in this project. And let's see how we can manage this better with UV. To install UV on a Mac, I would write python 3-m pip install UV. If you use another operating system, refer to the installation page. This successfully installed now UV. We can also check the UV version with UV-version. And as you can see, I installed UV with the version number 0.10.9. Now that we have UV installed, I create a few basic files UV needs with the command UV-init. So as we can see here, it added those 4 files displayed in green, as well as git and gitignore if it's not included in a project already. We have a file with a Python version. The main.py file is used to start an application, but since I already have a Django project here, I can remove it. Then we have the PyProject.toml file. This is the important file. Here we list all our dependencies the project is using. We will see that in a second. And it also created an empty README file for GitHub. Alright, as next let's look into the virtual environment. So I'm getting rid of the old VMV folder. And UV would create a new virtual environment automatically when we add a new dependency. Or we can also create it manually with the command uv-venv. This created this new .venv folder. The dot simply means that this folder is hidden by default in the system. And we can activate it with source.venv/bin/activate. The virtual environment is now activated and we have the name of the project in parentheses. Now let's add a new dependency. So I'm opening the PyProject.toml file, and in the terminal I write uv add and then the package. And I'm installing Django. And now Django was added to the dependencies, but it added also two sub-dependencies, which we can see here. It added them also to our virtual environment. Here in the lib folder, we can see those dependencies are added here as well. And also created this uv.log file. So here all the dependencies for this project are listed. So this is basically our improved requirements.txt file to manage dependencies. So when we build a project from scratch with UV, we would manually add here all the dependencies with UV add. However, if you switch to UV at a later stage, all the packages are listed already in the requirements.txt file after running pip freeze. And we can add them here with UV add -r requirements.txt. Now we copied them over to this dependencies list and installed them in the virtual environment. However, this list includes now also all the sub-dependencies, which we don't list here when we add packages manually. So I clean up this list now to only have the top dependencies. Alright, these are my top level dependencies. Because I changed this file manually, I have to sync it now with my virtual environment and with the UV log file. And we can do this with the command uvsync. Another useful feature of UV is that we can define dependencies that are only required for development and should not be included in production. And we can add those packages to a development group using uv add --dev. And as we can see, it added the setup tools package in a separate dependency group. Alright, now we can also delete the requirements.txt file. And let's start up the server to make sure the project is still running correctly. So python manage.py run server. I'm going to localhost :8000. And the website still works perfectly. Now powered with UV instead of pip.
Nice.
We can also run the website without activating a virtual environment, because UV automatically creates and uses an isolated environment when we run UV commands. So I deactivate the virtual environment with deactivate, and then I can use the UV run command. And then again python manage.py run server. This also works without writing Python. And as we can see, the website is running also without a virtual environment. Nice. Okay, let's see how deployment looks like with UV. So first we have to update the docker ignore and git ignore file, because our virtual environment is called now .vnv. Now we can push the code to GitHub and deploy it to the web server. Modern cloud providers like Railway will detect that the project uses UV as the package manager and install the packages automatically. Alternatively, we can also use a Dockerfile to explicitly define the steps, ensuring it works on any platform. I created a Dockerfile in this project already. And now, instead of copying the requirements.txt file, we're copying here the PyProject.toml file, as well as the uv.log file. And because we have now two files here, we add here / at the end. As next, let's install UV. First we install and upgrade pip, but we are not more installing the packages from the requirements.txt file, but install UV instead. And then we run uvsync to install the packages in the virtual environment inside the Docker container. But we don't install the packages just for development, using here the --no-dev flag. And then I add the environment variable for the path, and set it to app/.vmv/bin. By defining this path, we can use our standard Python commands. Otherwise, we would need to run them with uv-run before every Python command. Alright, save this file. And with that, UV is set up in our project. And we don't have to run the pip freeze command anymore. Great. Alright, let's deploy this project and let's check it out in production. I commit the changes to Git and push the code to GitHub. And then deploy it on the web server. And we can see the website is up and running, now built using UV. Awesome! Alright, and this is all for this tutorial. If you like this content, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon. Until next time, stay curious my friends, and bye bye for now.